I tried to donate sperm and they wouldn't let me. Elton wanted to start a trap house for demons. It'll make you come harder. I don't need to blow a hole through the drywall, okay? Did you kill her? Did you kill Annie?
Oh, my leg's cramping! Oh, hurry, bend over!
You can choke me a little bit harder.
Stop!
You absorbed your twin in the womb?
Who's a good boy?
So I had no other job. I don't know how to do anything else besides come.
Welcome to Haunted Homies with Matt Rife, Elton Castee, and Corey Scherer. A show about all things that haunt you, from ghosts and monsters to worst life decisions, bad breakups, embarrassing moments, and unforgettable stories. All told live from within comedy clubs.
Toledo! Kind of. What's up? Good to see you guys, man. Thanks for coming out. It's Sunday, you heathens. Anybody go to church?
No.
That's what's up. Good.
I saw one hand up.
Yeah, one was like, I don't want to, but I did some last night. It's good. Wore your best shorts. That's what's up. Better start the show. Didn't even try. I don't go into a podcast, but just in case there's a trampoline. Pants. What you guys hate more here, pants or your own airport? Detroit, dude. I'm trying to drive for 3 days to get to a flight, man. Get an airport in Toledo, for Christ's sakes. You do need one. It's what? It's small? Yeah, it's not an airport. It's just a guy who owns a plane. And he happens to not be delivering cocaine that day. So he's like, yeah, I'll take you to Flint or wherever you need to go. Jesus Christ. Well, welcome everybody to the Haunted Homies podcast. This is, right about now, I imagine everyone's kind of recognizing this is not like a standard, regular stand-up comedy show by any means. It's a haunted podcast live that we're going to put for our YouTube and podcast channels when we talk about our paranormal experiences and all things paranormal, from ghosts, demons, aliens, Bigfoot, all that good. So, buckle up. We hope everyone's a believer and everyone wants to have a good time tonight. Can we do that? Awesome. It's a pretty audience-driven podcast, so we have some great stories from the audience as well. We're also going to chime in with a few of our own, then maybe we'll end it with a Q&A at the end, but it'll be a good time. Toss it to Elton.
Out of curiosity, though, before we begin, who here is a believer in the paranormal? Make noise, make noise. Okay, flip it. If you don't believe in the paranormal, make noise.
Right here.
Wait, one person in this room doesn't believe? Is it the dude in the basketball jersey?
With a t-shirt on underneath? Like you hoop at LA Fitness? Why don't you believe, man? You just don't?
It's the one that went to church this morning.
Now you can't wear a jersey to church, dude. Not even Jesus could wear a jersey to church, man.
Toledo, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
He doesn't look like he went to church, but he does look like he might have been on his knees earlier. I don't know. Either way, I can't tell.
You dress like you from Akron.
That's why he's wearing a jersey, to keep both arms accessible, you know what I mean?
Interesting. Doesn't believe. You've never had any kind of paranormal experience whatsoever. Never been ghosted by a date. Not once? Okay, big.
Is there anyone on the opposite side? Is there anyone? This is the one thing I've been searching for in all of our years of investigating, is I want to capture some form of evidence of someone levitating, being thrown across a room, their head spinning around a few times. Has anyone ever, someone in the last show actually had a story. Is there anyone that's ever seen someone levitate or been thrown or anything like that? No one. So that is how special that story was in the last show.
Wow. There was 2 stories last show, actually. Wow, impressive. Y'all so wholesome out here. Not one person levitated or been thrown across the room. I'm not mad at that at all. Feels like y'all are good energy. He's like, oh yeah, I gotta see somebody levitate to believe. You don't gotta do all that. Just make my curtain go. Yeah, you're there. I believe in it 100%. That's all I gotta do. Don't touch me, dude. Absolutely not. I don't need all that.
All you need is the AC to be on?
Just kick it on a little bit. Ooh, feels like 69 in here. That's crazy. Ooh, spooky.
What about, has anyone ever like dealt with a possession or an exorcism in their family? Anything? My ex? Who said my ex?
Was your ex possessed? Probably?
Probably.
Why do you say that? Because he was a prick? There's at least 8 to 12 of those in here. Statistically speaking. Yeah, I don't know if I buy that one. See, that's going too far for me. I don't need to be anywhere near a possession. I just don't. That's too close for comfort for me. What if it goes to me? Things are going well.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna like the idea that I pitched, are you?
Good idea.
Dybbuk house?
No. Dude, you told me about this. It's a stupid idea, dude.
Talk about this.
Elton wanted to start a trap house for demons, basically.
Honestly, good way of explaining it, yeah. I had this idea, so there's these things that are called Dybbuk boxes, which essentially means you can trap a demon in a box, right? And you call it a Dybbuk box. But there's no set parameters for how big this box can be. And items can be haunted, houses can be haunted, there's Dybbuk boxes. Could I buy a house, exorcise a bunch of people in it, and then trap their demonic souls within that house, and then have Matt live in it for a week?
No, you didn't say any of that. Absolutely would not be doing that. You got better chance of me moving to Shaker Heights before you get me to live in a demon house. Absolutely not.
But that was the idea, and I went through with it, and I tried extremely hard, and the city of Los Angeles said, no. They literally, legally, city council was like, we're never going to let you do this. This won't happen, but I think I could do it in Ohio. I actually think it's possible to do here.
Yeah, you're not going to do it in the city of angels. That's completely counterproductive, isn't it?
Well, if I could pull that off, if I could get a house and take 13 people that need possessions, exorcise them in the house, trap the spirits in there, would any of you stay the night there?
Anybody do it?
A bunch of
Would you really? A couple in the back? How is your house? You're like, oh, just anywhere, anything but a double wide. I'm in it, please. For the love of God, give me land. No, I couldn't do it, dude. That's the last place I want to be. What I enjoy about ghost hunting is we're going to them. I'm on a mission. I know what I'm hoping to expect, and like that's their area. I'm planning for it, right? I don't want it to be at my house. I'm not ready for that.
It wouldn't be your house.
What?
It wouldn't be your house.
I don't want it to be where I have to sleep. That's the biggest problem.
For a week.
You know people like stock their ponds, right? They put fish in their ponds so it's just easier. I just want to do that with demons. It's the same thing, you know what I mean? It's not the same thing.
Yeah, but we're the lure. That's the up part.
Yeah. You got a little floater that just sits at the top and the demons just kind of nip at you a little bit, you know what I mean?
I don't want any part of that. No, you leave my soul alone. I'm not doing it. Why?
Because evidence, proof. If you get, the thing is, I wanted to take a house that had no history of being haunted at all, like nothing, and have numerous teams go in and be like, yeah, this is just a normal house, and then exercise a person in there, like, you know, put them on a treadmill, take a demon out.
Yeah,
you repeat the cycle.
There's fat people. Like, which one is it?
Exactly, and then after each exorcism, you test it again. Is it haunted? Is it haunted? Is it haunted? And scientifically prove, can you haunt a house? And then have people live in there, and then bring in items, and you know what I mean, and do things like that.
Has anybody ever lived in a house they knew was haunted?
Yeah.
Oh, more people than I thought. Did you really? Do you still live there?
No, when I was younger, my childhood home, my parents, they called them Shaky shorts.
Your parents called these ghosts shaky shorts?
Shaky shorts. I promise.
Sounds like booty shorts a little bit. Okay.
It was just like this pair of just like boxers and somebody walking around the house and
Wait, it was a pair of boxers? Briefs or boxers?
Was it wearing shoes?
I don't know.
A pair of ghost boxers would just float around your house?
I never saw it. My parents, like my brother and my sister saw it, and they would call them Shaky shorts.
They would call him shaky shorts. Imagine you have to do a walk of shame for eternity. You don't get no shirt, no socks, nothing.
It wasn't like a whole shirt. All they saw was the shorts.
They would only see the shorts?
The shorts. But like the couple that lived there before my parents moved in, the man died.
The man died who lived there before your parents moved in. Was he buried in those shorts? You gotta do some research.
Yeah.
I didn't ask questions. That's too
You definitely have to ask more questions. I've never heard of haunted clothing before.
I don't know.
Interesting.
What's your ghost story?
What?
What's your ghost story?
Was my ghost story? Well, we've got an hour and 20 minutes to go, so I'm sure you'll hear one here in a second. If you don't mind me flirting with a hot girl in the front for 5 minutes, I'd actually appreciate it. So what other stories you got? Like,
So there was this
what's your sign? What'd you say?
So this thong you said.
That's insane. Dude, I don't know what I would do if I saw a pair of boxers floating through the house.
I do.
I'd try to jump in it. All of a sudden, out of nowhere. Oh.
The AC?
It's
A-cock. Yeah. A-C-A-cock.
Cock, you get it? It was a pun. It was a pun.
It was a pun. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so shaky shorts. Okay. Never had to make it rain on a ghost before. That's sexy. Okay.
What about anyone else? Anyone else?
Haunted house.
Does anyone have like a crazy story though?
Yeah.
Like, we hear about like doors moving and things like that, but does anyone have like thrown through a window?
Like you were like, we gotta move out of this house.
Yeah, like we're looking for like the crazy.
You had one? A bad one?
Absolutely.
What happened?
At my aunt's house, she had multiple entities. So we had an older woman who, actually, I was younger. I was only about 6 at the time. She took to me because she thought I looked like her daughter in many years before.
The ghost took to you because you look like the daughter?
I look like her
Okay.
daughter. Yeah. So she specifically took to me. There was also an older woman that took to my grandmother that stayed with my aunt. She would follow my grandmother around, but because my family actually paid more attention to her, my grandmother, the older woman actually used to trip my grandmother and it would send her flying across the room.
The older woman, the ghost of the old woman would trip your grandmother? Old person fight! Oh! Let's go! Your grandma was like, you wait, there'll be a ghost in a minute. I'm gonna even this playing field. 3 more years.
Wait, and she would go flying?
She would go launching across the room because they would trip her up, and then they would also mess with the dogs. They had 2 German Shepherds.
Damn.
And it was a younger boy. She had 5 entities in the house at one time. They lived on a burial ground.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Is this your boyfriend next to you?
No.
Wow, that was there. Oh, I gotcha. I was like, he ain't that ugly for that reaction. No. Okay. Your fiance's at home?
Yes.
Doing a getting baptized? Okay, your family sounds dangerous. I don't think I want to be part of this at all. So when you were 6, a ghost took to you, and then an older woman took to your aunt.
My grandmother.
Took to your grandmother.
And then the little boy, he was about 8, and he took to the German Shepherds. He used to antagonize them.
The little boy liked playing with the German Shepherd.
Like,
That's
the
kind of
German
cute.
Shepherds, but was not nice to them. He actually used to antagonize them so much. The dogs actually, their claws, they ground them down so much trying to get out of doors and everything else that they would bleed.
No, what? What?
Yeah.
The dogs would claw at the floor trying to get out of a room so much
Doors,
that their
everything.
paws would bleed because they were afraid of this little
Because they were
boy.
afraid, because they would antagonize them so much.
Holy shit. What was this boy doing? That's terrifying.
So they used to squeal and high-pitched bark and everything, so we think he actually used to, we physically used to get touched and pushed and nudged.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Sounds like intelligent spirits.
It was a lot. So we actually had the house, her name was Mary Ann. She's actually very well known in Ohio in the Menor area.
The what area?
Menor?
Menor?
Yeah.
That's the place? It's by Sandusky? Not a real place either. Sounds like something you say if you just don't have teeth. Interesting. Okay, yeah, it's a whole house full of ghosts, and they're attacking pretty much every individual being in the house. That's it's not an ideal situation.
Did you ever do anything to like cleanse it, or were you just like chill with grandma just getting yeeted every day? Like she deserved it. You didn't give a f about the dogs either. You kept locking them in places they need to claw their way out of. To be honest, a lot of flaws in your story right now. Genuinely starting to wonder if you were the one terrorizing your dogs and pushing grandma.
Tell us the truth. Did you trip your grandma? Tell us the truth right now.
How much you hate Granny? Tell me this right now.
Granny's dead.
Granny's dead? Did you kill her? Did you kill her? Did you kill Granny?
She did that.
No? Can you say that without closing your eyes and looking the other way?
Died years ago. Natural causes.
Did you?
Natural causes, she said.
Grandma got one over my deal.
But no, so Mary Ann came into the house, she cleansed the house. that you put over the doorways.
Seats?
Seeds.
Seeds?
Yes.
Okay.
There are seeds that are blessed that you put over your doorways and you actually carry in your wallet, you can carry in your heart. His spirits will follow you.
You can bless seeds?
Yes.
Like pumpkin seeds?
What about his kind of seed? Because that would be the greatest service ever. If I could just hire Matt to bless your house. Just...
That's true. It's the least, it's the least I could do.
Man, I'm gonna need you to come on top of that door frame real quick.
I need you to... Quick, man. Granny got tripped again. You know what to do.
Man, hold still, Grandma. Hold still.
One more minute.
A little bit more medicine.
Grandma's been seeing a lot of demons. I'm gonna need you to take care of her eyes real quick for me.
You know what's f***ed up about joking about this?
Huh.
Do you know over COVID, I tried to donate sperm and they wouldn't let me. What? Yeah, they wouldn't. Like stand-up didn't exist for like a good year, so I had like no other job. I don't know how to do anything else besides come. So, pretty proficiently, I could basically do it with my eyes closed. So I went. I was like, you know what? It's a couple bucks. I was already gonna do it today, anyways. So I called and asked about the process, and they literally would not let me donate semen because I don't have a college degree. And I was like, hold on, FaceTime me. You go understand. It's alright. You out here with these smart uggos dropping loads. Let the customers decide, okay? I'll go door to door. If I have to.
Would you rather Elon Musk or Matt Rife? Yeah.
Just saying. So yeah, they wouldn't let me do it.
What were they gonna pay?
It's not that. It's like $175 or something like
An
that.
ounce? Or like how do they
No.
do it? Is it by weight? Per nut? Just per squirt? Would it be like a multi, like a yeah, is that like 175 a drop?
Sounds like bit parts. Yeah, it's per session, I guess.
Per session?
Yeah.
Hold on, you're telling me that I could make close to $1,000 in an hour?
If you got it in you.
Oh, I can get it out of me. It's not about if it's in me, it's just can I get it out?
By time 6, you're just ringing it out at that point. Like, there's got to be a limit per day, I imagine.
Wait, wasn't there just a dude that got arrested because he kept going to numerous sperm banks because he was lying about whether he had donated or not, and he was allegedly responsible for like 600 children and a huge reason for incest.
Yeah.
Because he kept donating, but no one knew that it was one guy that was the father, and they're like, oh all these kids are now of age where they're gonna start having sex together, and he got charged. Oh, could have been you, man.
The world could be so lucky. Damn, man.
Well,
I didn't know that.
welcome to our paranormal podcast.
Yeah, sometimes things go a little left. Sometimes they curve to the left a little. Topically.
Yeah.
So you like a Pisces or Next subject.
Okay, so there's one house that we've been fortunate enough to investigate. We've never actually talked about this before. We're the only ones, Matt decided to opt out of this one, but Corey and I and Corbin were the only ones ever to investigate the Warren Museum, where Ed and Lorraine Warren lived, their house, their museum, the real Annabelle doll is there, the satanic altar from The Devil Made Me Do It, the dinosaur, like all of these different items. We were there and you opted out.
Yeah,
You said
man.
no.
It's too much devil dude. I can't risk it. Ghosts are one thing. Demons, I'm out. I can't do it, man. I'm not going where all these items that have all been individually cursed are in one space. I can't do it, dude.
It would have been perfect for you though, because Corey literally said in the name of Jesus Christ close to 200 times. They're like, as long as you say that, you can't get any form of attachment.
That feels like not a lot, but that's what I'm looking for. Just bull. Like, what is semantic? Like a demon's allowed to be like, and Jesus Christ. He's like,
It's literally every exorcism movie ever.
No, but like, what's the reset time? You know what I mean? You can say it if you had to say it that many times. No, like per demon, like each demon gets one try at you.
It became a drinking game in the YouTube video. People were taking shots for every time I said in the name of Jesus Christ.
See, that's why I couldn't risk it, man. I don't want to Because you went to like the museum that has all the items.
Everything,
right?
everything is in one room.
And they say, if you've ever seen any of the Conjuring movies, they say don't touch anything in this room.
We touched on
I'm clumsy. Flip around and go, oh, what's that? Dead. Possessed. Because I'm curious.
Yeah. But the one great thing was, we didn't even know it was going to happen. We met Arnie Johnson. So if anyone's ever seen The Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, it's based off of Arnie Johnson, who was the first person ever in a court of law to plead not guilty by demonic possession. And we got to meet this guy. No, he went to jail. Oh, no. He murdered that person a lot. Murdered them a lot. Like, really murdered them. Like, so murdered that, like, murdered. You know what I mean? Like, dead.
Did the victim not say in the name of Jesus enough to happen?
He probably didn't know. He wasn't educated. Yeah.
Semantics.
Yeah, we got to meet him, and we literally met someone who, like, made paranormal history. Yeah. And, like, have that conversation with him, and he was like, yeah, I don't remember anything. Killed the dude, went to jail.
But that's what scares me so much about it. Nobody believes you. Something takes complete control of who you are. You have no recollection or control over it at all. You do some drastic to somebody else or to yourself, and nobody even believes you. They're like, oh, he's crazy. You're like, get it out of me. He tried to get possessed. Yeah. Stupid. And you don't believe Arnie?
I don't believe Arnie?
Yeah.
I believe he murdered someone. I think he really murdered someone. I think he murdered that
Consciously, do you believe it was his choice to murder this person?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it to make that call. You know what I mean? I didn't know him then, and I only had a 10-minute conversation with him. So,
what do you think, Corey?
I mean, we could get him on the podcast and you could ask him.
I would love to. If I can sit on the opposite side of the stage, then yeah, I would love to.
Dude, no, he's a great guy. Like, we met him recently.
As far as murderers go.
Great,
very nice.
Murderer, super nice guy, super chill. Just don't give him a knife. Super great guy though.
I mean, the court believed him.
No, they didn't. He went to prison. No one believed him. He went to jail, and he got stabbed with dicks as repayment. Like he went to prison.
Never mind.
Even OJ got off. God damn. How sure is the court? Man. I don't know. That's too scary for me, man. The Conjuring House, the Warren Museum. Am I fascinated to go? Absolutely. I love Ed and Lorraine Warren's story and their history. I think it's so fascinating. It's so cool to me, but it's just a little too dangerous. I don't need to do that. I already don't like going to scary, like dangerous locations for our investigations. Like, I don't love a prison or an insane asylum. I don't need all that. Send me like into a mansion or a haunted hotel, somewhere a little bit more peaceful, you know? There's scary places.
What would happen if one day on this tour I surprised you and the real Annabelle was on stage?
No. I think we'd fight. Yeah, I think we really.
What would your opening move be?
Kick that in the head.
She's in a box.
Up an elbow on the box, and then pound that little to an obliterator. Yeah. I don't trust it, dude. Does anybody ever try to like set the Annabelle doll on fire? Because they say sometimes that expels the demons. Sometimes.
No.
I don't know if anyone's tried. I do know that people have antagonized and they have died. Yeah. People have antagonized the Annabelle doll and literally died on their way home from leaving. Yeah. So that has for sure happened. But I don't think anyone has tried murdering Annabelle.
All right, so I would fight you, and then while I'm choking you out, I would look at her and go, "You listen to me, you bitch. You just were less powerful." In the name of Jesus.
Would you go now, Matt?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'd probably do it. Yeah, because nothing happened to you guys, and you're very susceptible. Like you're incredibly sensitive. You little. You're very spiritually sensitive. I feel like things are very keen to like coming to you. Like you've been touched. You've been
Don't say coming to me and I've been touched in the same sentence.
Sorry, different podcast. Sorry. I feel like you get a lot of personal experience, like things come to you first. So if nothing attached itself to you or tried to hurt you while you were there, I think I'd be okay.
And I think it's because I listened to them. I may have said in the name of Jesus Christ over 200 times before every question, but I know it protected me that night.
Was there no part of that that felt like it was gonna piss the demons off? Like, he keeps coming in, you're talking about Jesus?
No, just because I really trusted what they told me. Like, they just said, as long as you are saying, like, the demons or the spirits in there, they don't have to answer me when I'm asking a question. And so by me saying in the name of Jesus Christ and then asking the question, it somehow protects me. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. Do you think they ever, do you think the War Museum ever lets Jehovah's Witness in there? They come knocking on the door like, have you heard the word about Jesus Christ? Like, no, but I have somebody who might want to hear about it. And they just bring her to that room and they're like, nah, all this. It's okay, I don't need to convert this house. Actually, like, I would, I'd let them all in there.
You know, there's a chance they're gonna let me move Annabelle.
What? To where?
Around.
Speaking of around.
She's been in a box of no wonder she's so pissed. She's never got any fresh air. She never learned how to ride a bike.
It's not a spare tire, dude. You can't just shift it around places.
She's 800 years old and has never driven a car.
800?
She's a demon. You know what I mean? Like, no wonder she's so mad. She's never had ice cream before. She's never seen her stand up. Like, there's so many things we could do with Annabelle.
Sounds like she needs some a little bit. To just chill out, you know what I mean? Never know.
But there's a chance. There's a chance they're gonna let me move Annabelle.
What's the first thing you're gonna do with it?
Shake it.
What? Why?
Oh.
Like inside the box, shake it or take her out?
I'll take her out, shake it. Yeah.
You would touch her?
Yeah. Why not?
Why would you shake her?
I don't know. See if she kills me.
See, there ain't no singing if. Because if she does it, you don't see it.
That's cool. And now Annabelle has more credibility. I want to help out Annabelle's street cred. You know how crazy that would be? So cool. That's how I die. I take Annabelle out, I shake her a little bit, she shakes me back, my head explodes. That sounds sweet.
I'm gonna play you in that movie. And I'm gonna do exactly the way I perceive you doing it. I am Elton, and I'm gonna shake around a little demon doll. It's so stupid you sound, dude.
It sounds like autistic Rick. Rick and Morty.
A little bit. Yeah, that's how you make bad decisions, man.
Yeah, I would never touch that doll.
Absolutely not, dude.
Elton has been talking to them for a while. They might let him do it. And how many people have ever touched that doll? 4?
Ed, Tony, Dan.
3.
I think so. I
Are they
think
all
you
still
would be the
alive?
fourth. I would be the 4th one ever. Why me? Because I don't give a. That's why. No,
It's too risky.
no, it's not.
I would not touch that, dude. I could be in the court. Annabelle could have molested me, and on a court of law, they were like, "Will you point on the doll where it's?" I'm like, "I'm not doing it again. Absolutely not. I'm not gonna touch this thing again. You're out of your mind. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You can have it as much as you want, and I will never shake your hand ever again."
Will you be there if I do it? Will you watch me?
No. FaceTime me in.
Come on.
Absolutely not, dude.
Why not? Come on.
Because, man, I don't trust, because you're my friend and I have interactions with you, and I don't want you to be like, oh, nothing happened, and then you turn around and you're like, ah, or some shit. I can't risk it.
You know for a fact though, I move Annabelle, I'm just gonna do that to with you all the time.
Oh,
How you doing?
Corey, you want to move in together?
Wait, I want to know though, make some noise if y'all think Elton actually should move the Annabelle doll.
Bunch of instigators, dude.
Someone said you're a pussy if you don't.
You guys are disgusting. You guys should all get baptized in Lake Erie, man. You guys are nasty dogs. In the name of Jesus, y'all deserve that.
That was good. And so we have a few paranormal stories that were submitted by people in the room. They're just incredible stories. We're gonna read those later, but first, we like to have a little bit of fun with some of the stories that were submitted of just regular things that haunt you. Like just bad, poor life decisions that you've made. We read these stories, we talk to you after. It's a fun part of the show for us before we get really deep into the paranormal realm again.
Yeah, and I'm very impressed, Ohio. Y'all sent in some seriously, the stories that y'all submitted.
Okay.
There's a log line.
Okay, story number 1. Log line. I was hooking up with a guy and he asked me to pinch his nipples real hard.
That's paranormal.
To be honest, I don't care who's telling this story, I want to meet the guy. Who's just like, look, turn my radio station up. Put me on AM. Okay. I was going out with this guy for a few weeks. He seemed overall pretty normal until one night we were doing the deed and I was on top of this dude and he asked if I could do something for him and I was like, go nuts, what's on your mind? And he asked if I could pinch his nipples. Now, one of my bad habits is I don't have a filter, so naturally I dropped the sexy talk and I said to him, what, you want me to go lobster mode?
It's Travis Scott to make this story.
Jesus Christ! And he confidently repeated himself, I want you to grab my nipples. So I was like, fine, I'll give it a go. And I swear at one point I had white knuckles. I know it's not exactly scary, but it still haunts me to this day. And my friends and I refer to it as the lobster moment. Normally I say good game after sex, but not that time. You say good game? If it's really good, do you hang their boxes in the rafters? Like it's a retired jersey?
That's how we got the ghost.
That makes so much more sense. Lobster mode. Worst superpower ever, dude. Where is Lauren? You look like you have some nipples.
You lift your hands up?
Yep. Go like this.
I get the Zoidberg noise from Futurama.
Where did you meet him? Red Lobster? Sorry, it was a pun.
Did you, after you had sex, did you get Mr. Krabs from him?
I was good.
Did he finish? Oh, really? I'm good. It sounds like a clothespin doing the same thing. Had anybody prior or after ask you for the same thing?
Nope.
No, right? Round of applause. What dude's in here like the nipples being played with in bed? Interesting. Room full of liars. Okay, cool. I definitely wasn't waiting to see if anybody else raised their hand. Cool. Yeah, it's not my thing. Not my thing. Yeah, people do have some interesting kinks, like wanting to get possessed and okay, yeah, that would haunt me a little bit. I don't know that I've ran into anybody with like that weird of a fetish before.
Is that weird?
Yes, dude.
That seems kind of normal.
It's not. It hurts.
Wait. How would you know?
Because girls try, dude. Girls love to try to twist your nipples and poke your butthole. That's their thing, dude. Stay out of it. Because here's the problem, okay? Because women think they know men's bodies better, and they go, well, that's where your G-spot is. It'll make you come harder. I don't need to blow a hole through the drywall, okay? How much harder do you want me to finish? It already feels so good. Stay out of there and wash your hands.
That's the worst thing about dating my girlfriend is I walk around the house like this.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know where she is. I'm like, no.
Absolutely not. Every dude in a relationship has to pick things up like this. Wait, I thought you were picking up with your ass.
It's like, I've done that. Yeah, that's normal.
No, man, I can't do it. Stop it, ladies. Leave us alone.
Leave ours alone.
No. That's different. That's where babies come from.
The nipple?
The butthole.
Oh, okay.
Both were wrong. Whatever. Science, dude. Next story.
That is so funny.
There's a bunch of quick ones, but they're funny. This one reads, the sex was so bad, I faked a leg cramp to get out of it. Ooh. Oh, are you right here?
Is you right here? Oh no.
It reads, I was really intoxicated, decided to go home with someone, and then I finally came to, and I realized it was terrible, and started crying to stop. I have a leg cramp, please stop. All my friends found out about it, and the workers of the bar I was a regular at as well. They would randomly yell, leg cramp, to me. over the speakers for the whole bar to hear.
How long ago was this?
Not long. A couple years ago. I've been to that for
A couple years ago?
like 3.
What made the sex bad? You were like, I gotta stop this right now.
His name is Gibby.
He pulled his pants down and it was funny. Ooh.
His name was Gibby.
His name was Gibby?
His name was Gibby.
Hold on.
You were gonna fuck a Gibby.
Gimme? G-I-M-M-E? Gimme?
Gibby.
Gimme what? Gibby.
Like for my car.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. Now I feel like he'd have a hog on him, bro. That's the kind of dude you're like, probably, you know.
Goddamn Gibby.
His name was Gibby. Okay. And he wasn't packing heat. Okay, but that doesn't mean he couldn't be good. It's not about the size. Shut up, damn, dude. Come on. Sometimes a guy's really funny and charming and wears a green hat. Sometimes.
You were able to start crying?
Like you know what? You were crying and he was like, I'm hurting this bitch. I'm tearing it up right now. Well, you cramping, but you need some Gatorade? I'm working you out right now. Quench your thirst, go back for more. He probably thought he was killing it. She couldn't even finish, couldn't handle it. Did you ever talk to him ever again? You did? Did you hook up with him again? No. He tried?
Worked at the bar that I was
He worked at the bar you were a regular at?
The same bar that would say light cramp over the speakers? So he started calling you out?
He didn't know what it meant.
He didn't know what it meant?
What?
Okay.
Oh yeah, that would bother me, bro. I'm sorry you had a physical injury.
Have you had to fake any other injuries to get out of that sex? No, not like just, I had diarrhea. Nothing like, diarrhea now. Nothing.
You ever faked anything to get out of sex before?
No, I'm a guy. Why would I want to get out of sex? I faked things to get into sex before.
Yeah.
I've done that.
That's
Of course
true.
I went to college.
Let me donate sperm here. I went to school.
Isn't that funny? Guys lie before sex and girls lie during. Isn't that funny? Interesting. That is interesting. Ours are a little bit more harmless though. We lie about little. Like you're so funny. Damn, no way. Wow, a nursing degree. Hero.
I could really see a future with you.
Yeah, you've already saved my life. You know what I mean? Interesting. Okay, next story.
Yeah.
Sorry. Poor thing.
All right. It's another sexual related one.
Oh my God.
Ohio!
You gotta step it up. Watch a movie.
Y'all are out here.
Poorly. Okay.
This one reads, out of spite of my baby daddy cheating on me, I hooked up with one of his other baby mamas. That's you?
Same table. What? Ew. Okay. Let's read it.
So, when I was 19,
Too young.
I got into a very toxic relationship.
I'm 27 now.
Thank you. He was like 12 to 13 years older than me. That makes him about 31 when you're 19. He had 3 baby mamas, 2 DUIs, and 0 driver's licenses.
In a partridge in a pear tree. 3 baby mamas, 2 DUIs. In Ohio, dude. Oh my God.
One leg cramp.
Two twisted nipples.
And don't forget the 3 abused German Shepherds.
Let's go. Alright, let's hear about this woman. Let's go.
And he was a bartender. Everything a girl wants. You should have seen the circus of red flags, but I just kept going along. Well, he was with me and his most recent baby mama almost the entire time we were together. We both knew, but both just ignored it for whatever reason. I'm a dumb. Anyways, on one of my million breaks from DBBD, Deadbeat Baby Daddy, I made friends with the other baby mama, just to piss him off. Didn't think anything much of it. Well, we went out to the bar one night, got extremely wasted on Jaeger bombs, and had a threesome with her and some other guy.
Where's this guy?
I've never told anyone about the threesome part, so none of my friends coming will know that part.
So that's why you just smacked her. Oh, she smacked her in the face.
And then she wrote, whoops.
Was she fall in a threesome?
Anyway, so a week goes by and I'm out in the bar with my coworkers and my baby daddy included. We were all playing pool. Mind you, everyone except for my baby daddy knew I had hooked up with baby mama. Well, deadbeat baby daddy was making fun of how I held my pool stick and the positioning of my fingers. And without any hesitation, I looked at him and just said, "That's what I did to your baby mama the other night."
Wasn't even subtle about it. This is like a friend who can't roast back to you and make a fun, like a lighthearted joke. You're like, you don't like your shoe. I don't like the way you hold a pool stick. Well, that's why I baby mama. It's like, God damn. Just say corner pocket. Jesus. All right.
There was no words. It was the ultimate way of getting back at him. He looked like he was gonna pants. And then I went on and got knocked up by this idiot. All of this was prior to that, but that's a whole other ball game. LMAO. That's the story.
What? You're evil. Holy how's the baby mom?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good. Better than him. Yeesh. Gibby? Poor Gibby. That's tough. I mean, that is kind of the ultimate revenge.
Yeah. Okay.
They were both named Jason?
They say their last names too. No, don't. No, we're gonna get sued. Do not say the last name.
Also, I'd be pissed if my name is Jason and people call me Gibby. That's the worst last name ever, worst nickname of all time. Okay, so as revenge, you knew he was still with the previous baby mama behind your back. You found out about this, and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna go hang out with this baby mama. And over some drinks, you found just a random guy at the bar.
It was one of her friends.
One of her friends.
She knew him.
She knew him.
His name was Antonio.
Antonio. Spicy.
Your friend is judging you so hard right now, dude.
Jesus.
She didn't know.
So this is before you were baby mama to him.
Unfortunately, yeah. Baby mama number 4, one on top.
You're the fourth baby mama? What made you go back?
Drugs, alcohol.
Drugs and alcohol? Yeah. Gotcha. How old is your kid now?
He's about to be 6.
About to be 6 in September what?
22nd.
Ah, never mind. Mine's the 10th. I was curious. It's like, Mom? Okay, so is he still in your life as the father now then?
No, not at all.
Really?
No father.
He's out of the life completely. You say, I'm the father?
He calls her dad.
He calls you daddy?
Oh, yeah, he does.
Oh, he's pretty cute.
Wow. See, it's beautiful at the end of the day, right, guys?
Sometimes it goes full circle into a happy new beginning. Sometimes your mom fucks with drugs and alcohol, and his baby mama number 4, and he raised by lesbians. Doesn't sound that bad to me. One more funny one. Let's do it. Then we're back into paranormal. But is that a protein bar? I'll marry you right now. Cheers. You guys judge if you want to. We about to be caked the fuck up in a couple of weeks. About to have some donks. Yeah, it's a protein shake. My underwear fell out of my preschool classroom.
Wait, what? Wait,
Are we allowed to read this? My underwear fell out in my preschool classroom. Okay, they're probably a teacher. While teaching in my preschool. Okay, got this. Let me read. Okay. While teaching in my preschool classroom, some underwear that had static clung to the inside of my trousers unbeknownst to me. What kind of asshole types out unbeknownst? Any idea what my brain did for a half a second to figure out what word that was?
My indubitable phone.
My shaky shorts. Fell out in the middle of my classroom during parent drop-off time. The room was full of kids and parents, and my administrator was there too. I didn't notice that my honeymoon underwear, ew, a particularly sexy and bright purple thong, had fallen out of my clothes until the usually chaotic room went oddly silent. I turned around and everyone was staring at my thong on the floor in the middle of the preschool classroom. As if that wasn't bad enough, the hottest dad in the whole school picked them up and handed them to me.
Not the DILF.
With way too much eye contact. I wanted to die right there. Later that day, I had to meet with HR for a talk about inappropriate attire in the schoolroom. Those prudes. Where's Lizzie? Where you at, Granny Panties? Not here? Lizzie! Damn. I mean, that'd be pretty. I mean, that'd be pretty damn embarrassing. I don't know. I mean, do you have a pair of underwear? Do you like, these are my sexy underwear? These are my whatevers.
Look at me. You think I have a pair of sexy anything?
I don't think you have a pair of underwear. Nope. No. Nasty. Do you have a go-to?
No.
Really? What, do you have special boxers? I've got good boxers. Yeah. You guys don't have a pair of good boxers? They're like, she's coming over. It's a good packaging. Really?
You have what? You have lace boxer briefs?
They're not lace, but they're like
a push-up boxer.
It's like
make the balls look good. Like, what are you wearing?
It's like it's like a cotton Under Armour shirt. You know what I mean? Where it's got some natural elasticity to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good for the print.
I'm just picturing you wearing like it's boxers in the front, G-string in the back. You know what I mean?
Like it's an athletic coat. Yeah, I'm good on that. So I'm a little confused. I wish she was here. I know she's in here too. You better speak up. I know you've been here. I'm so a little confused. So it clung to the inside of her trousers. Trousers being pants? Trousers or pants?
Trousers or pants.
So it was the inside of her pants, and then it must have just did it shimmy down the leg?
Yeah, probably. I assume so. And then you know the parents are the ones that complain. There's no preschool that's like, I know, done that. It's definitely the parents that are like, ugh.
Yeah, the kids wouldn't have had any problem with this whatsoever. I doubt any of the dads did either, if I'm being honest. But some moms were like, that's too sexy. Whatever.
Well, why is your hand up? Are we in preschool?
I have a similar situation.
In a similar situation.
I work in healthcare.
Okay.
And I put my scrub pants on in the morning and not realize that I had underwear inside of them. So I was doing some patient care. And
Does this end with you patient? No? Okay.
so I was doing some patient care with another one of my coworkers, and like the thong had slipped out at the bottom of my pants. And you know, we were doing patient care and we were going to leave, and there was family in the room.
And you just heard the heart monitor go beep, 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 beep.
We were cleaning up, like, because we were like throwing washcloths on the floor, we were cleaning everything up, and there was just like a thong on the floor, and I was like, oh, that's like wild.
That's crazy. Way to gaslight the entire hospital. Who did this? Whose crotchless panties are these?
And I was like, oh, that's super awkward, so I like picked something in my pocket, and like the family was like staring at me, and I was like,
You picked them up and put them in your pocket? Yeah, because whether they think they're yours or not, that's a gross way to handle underwear. Because even if they're not yours, why are you picking them up and putting them in your pocket? You should have swept them into the dustpan and be like, I'll get rid of these. And then went down the hallway. That's what you should have done.
I didn't know what to do with them, so I was like, oh, and then I realized that they were mine, and I was like, that's super uncomfortable.
Well, do better to wonder. Interesting. Okay, well, at least Lizzie was here to answer some questions, but okay. That's the last funny story. Should we get back into some paranormal stories?
Wow.
No? Okay, that's fine. We don't have to.
Yeah, make some noise if y'all want to hear some paranormal stories now.
You gonna finish that?
So this says, I have a 15-year-old spirit attached to me.
No.
Okay.
Terrible age spirit to have attached to.
Yeah, I can't even drive. About to get his permit.
And he's horny.
Spreading seeds over I've seen spirits and
Hold on, did they go leave to go get a lake cramp and baby daddy? Like, where?
No, they're definitely having a threesome with somebody by the bar right now. Good for them.
I've seen spirits. What are you doing? I've seen spirits since before I can remember.
What?
The seeing demonic entities didn't start until after a death experience in a car accident when I was 11. I acquired a spirit who now follows me. She's a 15-year-old girl whose father killed her in a bathtub after thinking she was possessed by her twin sister who died drowning in a river while they were swimming.
So he was like, this one's got to go the same way?
Hayes. I gotta hear more about this.
Hayes, what? Also, what's your name? Hayes? That sounds like a perfume. It's a cute name. Tell us about this story.
So I have seen spirits and stuff since forever. My mom used to refer to it as me talking to imaginary friends. The car accident that I'm referring to, we were hit by a semi, and I was in the hospital for 2 days under monitoring. I had swelling on my brain.
Oh my god, hold on. Are you Tracy Morgan? Oh, okay, it's the sunglasses. Okay, sorry. Continue.
So after that car accident, I went from seeing like normal, like just spirits and other like light entities to seeing a lot of dark things. I saw things following people. Specifically, the first time I noticed it was something dark. I had a family friend that was diagnosed with cancer 2 weeks after I saw something following her that I can only refer to as demonic.
Oh, do you think it gave her cancer?
I think it was following her like it was attached to the cancer.
Oh, interesting.
And then as far as the spirit that follows me now, the 15-year-old, we moved to a house in the middle of nowhere, Indiana.
Called Indiana.
Yeah.
Was by the Amish?
Yep.
Those are ghosts, by the way. They're ghosts of pilgrims.
Wait, I got a question. Did the Amish have iPhones?
Now convenient. Okay, continue.
But, so my house was significantly smaller when it was first built. It had been added on to. I did a lot of digging to find out stuff because I saw the spirit when we first moved in. And I tried to approach her and she would like disappear into these shadows.
It's a 15-year-old girl.
Yes.
Okay, that changes things.
So she would kind of disappear into these shadows anytime I would try to approach her. So the one time that I saw her, I just stopped and sat down and was like trying to communicate with her. And the closer that I would get, it would sound like static on a radio. And then eventually, like I heard what sounded like crying. So I started digging into it a lot more and trying to figure out who owned the house and who lived there. It was a family, and the mother had died during childbirth. So it was a single father raising 2 girls.
Oh, wow.
And when they were 11, they were swimming in a river that's really close to where the house was, and one of the sisters had drowned in the river. And then the dad was saying that the other daughter was possessed, so they tried to do exorcisms, and apparently unsuccessfully. So he thought the only way to get rid of it was to drown the spirit out, and thought that that would then remove the spirit of the other daughter from the remaining sister, and she died. And she's been attached to me ever since. The kicker there is her name is Sarah.
Is she still there?
So she follows me.
She follows you? Currently?
Yeah.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
Did she pay for a ticket to the show?
You said that you can see negative entities around people. Are we good? Yeah. Anyone in this room right now? You want to take a little glance around to see if it's got cancer real quick?
I mean, I can't see that it's attached to anyone in particular. There is a dark shadow in that side of the room.
Oh, y'all f*** over there. What y'all do?
What?
Where? Point it out.
It's like a smoky haze, and it's like middle of that side.
A smoky haze? Who hit their vape over there? I don't like your point where the one black dude is. I don't like that one bit. I don't like that one bit. He's not a demon. He's a person. What's your name, man?
Shondell.
What is it?
Shondell.
Shondell? Sound like a demon to you? No, it does not. Sounds like a running back. But he's a good person, goddammit. I'm sorry, Shondell.
There's the twin sister thing, and the daughter that was drowned by her dad, her name was Sarah.
The daughter who was drowned by her dad's name is Sarah. So you believe that's the ghost?
Yes. So the kicker to that is I absorbed my twin in the womb, and her name was supposed to be Sarah.
You absorbed your twin in the womb and her name was supposed to be Sarah?
Yes.
Get the f*** out of here. You absorbed, like you ate her? Are you Kirby? That's a very niche reference. If you get that, you're a nerd. That's terrifying. What a coincidence. Do you think it's coincidence?
I don't believe it.
You don't believe in coincidence. That's terrifying. Does this ghost of Sarah, does she follow you in public places or is it just at home?
I've only ever seen her where I'm living. I've never felt her in a public place, and she's always been something that makes me feel grounded and feel like I have control of when I want to see things or when I want spirit to come and be with me.
She makes you feel more grounded and secure.
Yes.
You should try just meditating. Having this ghost child. You have too much anxiety from being followed by ghosts, I imagine. You know how anxious I'd be if I could see ghosts all the time? I'd be so anxious all the time. Oh, God. How far do you live from here?
4 hours.
4 hours? Oh, this is in Indiana, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, you know, there's as scary as that is, there is a wholesomeness to it. That's the kind of spirit that, especially if you do believe that to be her specifically, you have an understanding of the past and everything. She's probably more scared than anything else, and probably finds peace in you. So that's actually that'll bring you a little bit of joy and peacefulness. It's a blessing and a curse. I can see that. Have you ever seen a ghost or a spirit or dark or something like that in a public place that you're like that person has no idea that thing is terrifying behind them?
Yeah.
Besides the cancer patient?
Yeah.
Really? Like what's like the most recent example of that?
I work in retail.
You work in retail? And you're like, watch out, there's a realtor behind me. He's gonna
Yeah, no, like just being around the public, like every once in a while something will pop up, but I don't know how to address that. Am I supposed to just walk up to somebody and be like, hey, you should maybe talk to a doctor, maybe you have cancer or something?
You should. Please do that. Please let me be in there and film it. I literally offered you to do that in this room right now, and I would find it hilarious. Notice how all the non-believers are like, nah, shut the fuck up.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I still can't get over the fact that you referred to the only black guy in the room as Smokey.
Like his last name is Robinson.
So these like abilities that you got though, you never saw spirits or anything before your accident?
So I saw spirit, like I had always talked to things that my mom always called my imaginary friends. But
Yeah, my kids aren't allowed to have any imaginary friends. Absolutely not.
I could describe them down to like what they were wearing, and sometimes I would get names. And my sister knew. My sister's 13 years older than me, but she knew.
Your sister's 13 years older than you? This is not the twin. You have an older sister. Okay, gotcha.
The one you didn't eat.
Yet. I need more powers. She might eat her.
Oh, because of lesbian, I get it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Story number two. Thank you for.
Yeah, thank you.
Whose was that? It was yours. Okay. I forgot. It was such a long story.
Okay, so this genuinely is a 2-page story. It's one of the coolest stories I've ever read, but I think we need to bring this one to life. We've done this before. I think the two of you, I'll read the story, and the two of you should bring this story to life so everyone in this room can essentially live what this person lived.
Okay.
You want us to act it out?
I think you guys should act it out, bring the story to life, right?
How about we act out her story?
All right, go ahead.
Any volunteer?
All right, is that cool with you guys? We're gonna act out. We're gonna have them bring the next story to life, give you a little bit of what this person had to deal with.
We don't know what the story is, so if it's trash, that's everybody's fault.
I'll give you the log line. The story reads: the night I argued with two spirits for over an hour for making my house a mess.
Okay. Are we the spirits? Are we? One is the person. One
I
is
think you will be
spirits?
whatever the story calls for.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Do you know if the spirits make out with each other by chance?
Yeah.
Do you want me to add a line here that says they do?
Just go with what feels
Yeah,
natural.
go with
You know.
Two spirits were making out using a lot of tongue, but not tongue in each other's mouths. The tips of their tongues were touching externally from their mouth. Like two snakes trying to seduce each other. Yeah. And then the taller one grabbed the other one by the taint. Perfect. Yes. And then he touched him in his butt like all men like.
I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that to you.
I'm not trying to nut on this stage. All right, let's read the real
That's
stuff.
$175 you're gonna leave on the table, dude.
Why are there seeds all over the stage?
Alright, we ready?
Read it.
Okay, the story reads: I've always believed in the paranormal, although I never had any experiences myself until college. It was the worst year of my life and nearly ruined it. I ended up going to a community college because, let's face it, I went a little too hard in high school. I was arrested a couple of times, and that didn't look too good on my applications. I was arrested once for selling weed, and the other big one was for selling fake Pokemon cards to middle schoolers.
Charizard.
In reality, I had 6 other people selling them for me, and all I was doing was making them, but whatever. Fast forward a few years, here I am living with a couple strangers from a room I rented on Craigslist. It was an older house, that creepy Victorian style, but it's Connecticut, and that's just normal out there. The creepiest part about the house, at first, were the 2 girls I was living with. Hey,
I don't like your energy.
imagine the twins from The Shining, always sort of dressing alike, talking at the same time.
It's crazy how always finishing each other's semen. Sentences.
Each other off.
Yeah. Continue.
But they were complete suck. They acted like they were better than me, and it almost felt like they rehearsed what they would say to me whenever I would come back to the house. Suck. Speaking almost at the same time and just saying rude shit all of the time. Suck. I always thought it was because they wanted me to move out. Bye.
Continue.
It was their dad's house and he rented the room to me. They made it very clear they didn't like me. So, the worst part about them, the room was upstairs and they would be dancing in the middle of the night just to piss me off. It was never coordinated dancing, just absolute chaos. They were slamming.
Oh, my leg's cramping. Oh, hurry, bend over.
Oh God!
Sorry. Matt just stepped on a $1,000 light. Holy.
So if you guys want to help support us pay for this light, we got merch out there.
Yeah, I'll donate as much as I can, man. Just put it on the floor. We'll figure it out later. Just put it back down. Go back. Okay, I'm trying to figure it out. We're committed. All right, it was never coordinated, just absolute chaos, slamming on the floor. Sometimes it felt like they were just wrestling, WWE style. I had no idea what the hell was going on. Whatever. I was paying $400 a month and had my own bathroom and was just happy to not live at home anymore. And then he finished me from behind. What are you waiting for me to say?
Is there more to the story?
I mean, yeah, keep going, but
You didn't give any details.
all right, get back to your position.
You can choke me a little bit harder.
Stop.
Stay there. I'm having a hard time reading this next word. Might take a minute. I'm also having a hard time. I'm also getting hard. Bye. Read the story, dude. Read the story, Elton. Read the story about read the story.
Elton! So funny to me.
Read the story.
Get a cramp for real.
I'll read the story. I dealt with all of it. But what really confused me was the night that I knew for a fact no one else was home.
Okay, we can hide.
They left to some event. Their cars weren't in the driveway. But at 4 a.m., I hear the dancing upstairs. Now I'm pissed and just assume they figured out some dumb way to prank me all of this time. Is that the nay-nay? So I charge upstairs like I'm in a mosh pit. I open their door and see not a single person or anything even moving. Fast forward a couple of days later. I had a guy over. It's pretty hot, 8 out of 10. Black hair, nice abs, tattoos, great smile, water polo player. Water polo player?
You ride horses underwater? What the f is it?
Marco Polo! Anyways, and he knew a strange amount about the Civil War and would tell me random facts. But whatever, he was confident.
You know what side was underrated? The losers. Yep. Say what you want, we got some good statues. 1941, 1944, best year of my life.
You guys are gonna like this part.
It was brother killing brother, and sisters absorbing each other in the womb, so it was chaos.
It reads, we're in my room, he's on top, teasing me with it.
You want a sunflower seed?
Who's a good boy? I'm a booby.
Real quick, if that clip ever gets released without context, I'm gonna be so successful.
Crying right now. Wait, you might want to go back to the position. We're not done. He's on top, teasing me with it, just kind of tapping it around. He's playing with it like a cat. He's just kind of tapping it around and saying weird but cute things to me.
You look like my mom. In a cute way.
He's just tapping it around and saying weird but cute things to me. It's about to happen. He's about to put it in.
What next?
It's about to happen, he's about to put it in, and then the lights start flickering.
We meant to pay that.
Until they go fully on and fully off. Pitch black to somewhat lit, back and forth, faster and faster. The lights or me? It's your story to act out, man.
The electricity bill!
I love that half the people in this room can't see you, just your legs in the air.
That's all I gotta say. Not missing much, and it's my best work down here. What now?
They go on and off, back and forth, faster and faster.
Huh.
I swear to you, with everything in my body, I saw a figure standing in the corner of the room.
What?
Standing in the corner of the room, watching, smiling. And for a split second during one of the moments when the lights turned off, I saw his eyes glaring with joy. You like this? Creepy. I ended up lighting a candle, and he told me some strange facts about candles during the Civil War. When they melt, they look like semen. And then we did the deed.
With the demon?
No, they she lit a candle, and then they did the deed. They had sex. After.
Alright.
Are you getting? What are you doing?
Tell me the difference.
Then it reads, I'll skip a bunch of smaller things that happened over the next few months and get to what matters.
Okay. Let's stop getting now.
Yeah, you're good.
For months?
My room was constantly getting destroyed. Things flipped over, items missing. I had even confronted the girls upstairs about it, and genuinely, I believed it wasn't them, and more so believed it was something paranormal. Then the night happens.
The night happens. It's tonight.
Are you ready? I'm sleeping, and something gets knocked off of my dresser. I think it was a glass of orange juice. OJ. He's free. He's free. There he goes. Look, there he goes. OJ. It's shattered. I'm tired. I'm pissed. Oh. I just start yelling at the ghost or the creepy man or whatever it is. Stop blocking me! It reads in all caps, I am yelling. Screaming, stop it. Leave me alone. Fuck off. Go bother the upstairs. Go bother the upstairs! You sound like the hormone monster. They're right there, baby. Yeah, let's go. Screaming anything. Anything! And then I said, if you're gonna keep doing this, at least show yourselves. You gotta keep doing this. What do you look like? Don't be a. I'm so mad I start swinging my arms around the room, trying to hit these. I am so tired and I just don't care. And that's when I stopped dead in my tracks.
Sorry. I was doing my best Cuba Gooding Jr.
In my mirror.
Nobody gets the reference, one black dude, thank you.
In my mirror, I see two people standing behind me in my room. And I am and I am frozen. Sorry, I lost it. I literally slapped myself in the face to make sure it's not some fever dream. It was real. I pulled out my phone to film it because I knew no one would believe this. Me. They stood behind me, not speaking, but they would move their arms and faces to answer me. I kept going off on them, asking why they were doing this, who they were. They just kept shrugging their shoulders. I knew where they were in the room through the mirror, so I punched backwards to get them to talk to me. I saw my arm go through them, and they smiled. That just pissed me off. I started grabbing everything in the room to throw at them. No. I didn't care what it was. I was just crying and throwing and yelling.
No, I'm joking.
Crying, throwing, and yelling.
Sorry.
Some people have fight or flight, and I definitely had fight. No matter what I did, they stood there, smiling and laughing. My bedroom turned into one of those rage rooms. I finally ran out of things to throw, words to scream, energy, and tears. I sat down on my bed exhausted. I looked into the mirror and realized how insane I seemed.
Oh, God.
I looked both of these figures in their eyes. They smiled, laughed, raised one leg each, and then started slamming their feet to the floor and dancing like maniacs for a solid 45 seconds. They bowed and then left through the wall. I looked at my phone.
Platform 9 3/4.
I looked at my phone and had realized I had also thrown that. I broke my phone. And the video I was filming was gone. That's how it ends. That's how the story ends. Thank you.
I am sweating. I don't know if you guys have been for like 12 minutes, but
Matt, can you look around the room and figure out who? Like, who do you think wrote that? That's a crazy story.
Well, this is good because I actually at Whaley House I made this.
Yeah, you did that.
Do you know who it is?
I don't know who. Like, I know the name, but I don't know who they are.
Shut up.
Matt did this at Whaley House. He was able to figure out exactly who the story came from. He just looked around.
Yeah, let me see what the name is. Let me see if I can put a name.
You want to see the name?
Oh, okay. I think it was you? No, the blonde one. No? Who's Ellen?
Ellen? What's the last name?
What's the last name? Elton Castee.
I wrote that story. Yeah, I wrote it. I didn't want to f with them. I thought that'd be fun.
You made us each other.
No.
In front of a room full of people.
All I said was act it out. Y'all chose to bring that to life.
Dog.
There was no part of the story that
You guys all saw it, right? When you dreamt it up.
we wanted to be realistic.
God damn it. So you looked at the first name. I didn't read the second name, mother. made it up.
Yeah, I just wanted to with you guys. I thought it'd be really fun.
God.
That was a great story. Thanks, Elton. Thank you, Elton.
We're gonna need to pre-read these before we act them out.
Get a shower.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Is there any more stories you made up, Elton?
Yeah, you can just act out anything else? Is there a shower story in there?
I can write one of them.
No.
You're fine.
This is a real story. You can confirm that they're here beforehand if you'd like. But
This will be the last story. This looks like a real name.
I could have faked to
I did everything else. I twisted his nipples. Alright. Last story. The one time my dad saved me from dying. Good father. Excuse me. Pick up. Get out of me. Okay. It all began back in 2012, the year the world was supposed to end. John Cusack was to be our Lord and Savior. I want to apologize before I begin because this isn't necessarily a haunted, funny, haha story. It's more of a haunting story that will forever be burned into my and other family members' memories. So here it goes. I was in 8th grade, and when I began to feel weird feelings in my chest, come to find out my heart was beating irregularly. The first time I noticed was in the gym class when I bent down to retrieve a wadded up sock, which we used as balls as our form of dodgeball, aka sockball. How poor was your school?
He used a sock as
A sock? You had to bring their own? Everybody take socks on. Playing dodgeball. Okay. As I stooped down, I could feel my heart practically stop and stop and slow down, and time slow down. I instantly felt a chill and lightheaded as I stood up, worried, but not wanting to draw attention to myself. I didn't bother telling anyone until I walked into my next class. No sooner than when I walked in the door and felt it again. Now, a bit more worried, I was sent to the office and sent home. Nothing came of this really until 2 years went by and my heart arrhythmias.
Just say in my heart.
And my heart became more frequent and noticeable when they decided it was time to go to the doctor. After several tests were run, including some we had to drive to Columbus for, come to find out I had a heart disease called Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Okay. It's basically where you have an extra wiring in your heart and it can cause it to beat abnormally. At my age, the doctor suggested it be removed immediately via surgery so as to not have any more further complications. There I was at 16 years old, approximately a week later, about to have heart surgery. Of course, they sit there and butter you up and try not to make you sound as crazy and as scary as it might be. But with the thought of them having to use these super small probes that were entered into either side of my leg through the major artery that leads to the heart and either burns or freezes the extra heartstrings for the next 4 to 6 hours, it was a bit terrifying to say the least. Is this just a WebMD page, too? Okay. But before I knew it, I was opening my eyes in the hospital room. A nurse came over to check on me and check my vitals and all the stuff nurses do. She asked if I needed to use the restroom, and at the moment, I did not. But as soon as she left the room, I had to go. So not fully knowing my situation, especially after coming off 6 hours of anesthesia, I tried getting up on my own. Luckily, my mom and grandma noticed my struggle to sit up and rushed over to help me. As we were walking towards the bathroom, I began to feel extremely lightheaded, but assumed I would be fine. After I was taken care of, we began to trek back to my bed, one agonizing step after another. I began to feel the lightheadedness coming back and felt like the blood was draining from my face. I then said something along the lines of, "I don't feel so good." My mom and grandma both noticed my uneasiness and remarked that my lips were starting to turn blue and tried rushing the process of getting me back to bed. Man, I feel illiterate. When's the last time y'all had to read out loud? Cut me some slack, okay? From the point of me sitting on the bed until I opened my eyes again, I have no visual recollection as I blacked out when I sat down. My lips had turned back to the bluish gray and my whole body went limp. I could hear over the announcement something had a code blue. I remember being moved up onto the bed and being poked and prodded with needles as they were trying to get my heart rate to go back up as it dropped drastically, triggering the alarm to go off. Pretty soon, more doctors and nurses filled the room. My mom and grandma now stood in the corner of the room crying. It was the middle of a shift change, and there were now about 30 to 40 doctors that finished the shift. You know what I mean? 30 to 40 doctors and nurses now filling the room, trying to revive me. All the attempts at the moment were failing. I could hear my surroundings slowly drowning out. My other senses were slowly fading as well, as my subconscious was fading to an inky blackness. all the chaos that was going on around me just began to obliterate as if Thanos had just snapped the Infinity Gauntlet. Nerd.
You made a Kirby reference earlier. You made a Kirby reference
Yes,
earlier.
Mario is cool. As this was happening, I could tell I was dying. Despite the doctors' and nurses' attempts, I was slipping into the dreaded eternal sleep. That was until I heard a voice that started out slowly but became the force that it would somehow, some way prevent me from death knocking on the door. Now who's illiterate? Live. It's live, you sure?
Yeah, live.
Spelled the same. Live, it started. Live, the voice chimed in. Yes, live. Live, the voice chimed in a second time more loudly. Live, the voice boomed. And in that moment, I could suddenly hear a doctor say, "We got her." That was when finally, after several long and terrifying minutes of what I thought would be my last, I then drifted into a lengthy sleep until I woke up a couple hours later. Come to realize this was all a culmination of not eating for the past 24 hours and being given too much anesthesia. The other thing I realized in that moment was that the voice I heard sounded oddly familiar. It was the voice of my father, who had passed away a little over a year prior of heart issues of his own.
Wow.
So to this day, I firmly believe my dead dad saved me from what could have been the end and a similar fate in which unfortunately he encountered, and for that I am forever grateful, and to this day haven't had any complications with my heart and furthered by belief in the paranormal. Ghosts from the past truly do come back to haunt you, I guess. Hope you've enjoyed this overly detailed story of one of the most terrifying moments of my life, and trust when I say there's more of that where it came from.
Wow. Wow, yeah, give it up for that.
That's insane. Thank you. Thank you. That's actually insane.
That's nuts, dude.
Nuts.
Where's Brooke? Hi, Brooke. Look at you alive and That's great. How's your heart? You think? That's impeccable. So you were what age when this happened? 16. And you had to have this heart surgery, and you didn't eat enough, too much anesthesia, and it made you slip into were you did the doctors confirm you were about to die?
No, I think so, because they said that it dropped down to like 2 beats a minute.
Your heart dropped down to 2 beats a minute? That's dead. What? Holy.
That's the speed I got.
It's a marathon. So you slipped into this. You slipped into this kind of coma state a little bit. Everything started to fade away, and you hear your dad's voice saying, "Live, live, live."
Yeah, and a couple weeks ago, actually, I was reading back through his messages.
You were reading back through his messages a couple weeks ago, like recently?
It was the anniversary of his death.
The anniversary of his death, okay.
And I come to find out, there was a message from his girlfriend at the time. She said that we should schedule a time to meet up, because at that time he was, I hadn't seen him in 5 years. And she said that we should schedule a time to meet up because your dad just had a major heart surgery and things are looking too good.
So I'm just gonna catch them up because they might not be able to hear. She was going through old text messages, and one of the last texts was basically a text from his girlfriend at the time, saying that, "Hey, I know it's been 5 years since you've seen him, but he's having major heart complications. You should come visit him."
Yeah, and that didn't happen. 5 days later, he died.
You didn't go see him, and 5 days later he passed away? I'm sorry. That is brutal. Okay. So, how old were you when he passed away?
15.
15. So yeah, this was just a little bit before this happened. And did the doctors tell you or your family members that this might run in the family? Like, was there any kind of heads up that you should get yourself checked out?
Well, apparently at that time, when we got the consultation prior to the surgery, they said that they noticed in your history that you had a heart murmur when you were a baby. Because I was.
Oh, they checked your history and said you had a heart murmur when you were a baby.
Yeah, because I was born 13 weeks premature.
You were born 13 weeks premature? It's not always bad to be premature, now is it, ladies?
And they also they noticed that my dad's father also died of a heart attack.
Your grandpa passed away from the same thing. Wow. But you haven't had any problems since then?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? That's amazing.
And you 100% firmly believe that was your father?
Oh,
That was there speaking to you?
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind. I don't know who else it would have been because it wasn't his voice. It's just the coincidences were just too similar to say like that was somebody else.
So you have no doubt in your mind that the voice you heard was your father speaking to you? You don't think it was possibly any of the 30 doctors in there just like, live! Live! Like they were just running out of options? Like, come on! It's my lunch break! I'm gonna lose my job! Fucking live! 100% dad, wasn't... Yeah.
One singular voice is all you heard. And by 15, it means like you're old enough, you recognize your dad's voice. I mean, it means you haven't seen him in 5 years, but like they say your mother's voice is like you can recognize from like, if you don't see your mom since you're a baby, you can run into her 20 years later and you'll recognize the voice because it's the first voice you ever hear. Well, it's a weird statistic like that. I might be butchering it, but somebody can find those statistics. It's impressive regardless. So that doesn't surprise me. And in a moment like that, something that he went through a similar process and experience, that wouldn't surprise me. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that story. Give it up. Thank you. Yeah, it's really hard to not make any jokes about that. So now we only have a few minutes left for the podcast. What we like to do to kind of wind things down at the end is we like to open up the room to a Q&A.
Cool. Well, genuinely, thank you all so much for being here tonight. I hope you had a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Toledo. Thank you so much for coming out. Experiment with something new. I hope everyone had a good time. Come see us after the show. We have some merch, hoodies, some shirts, and some hats if anyone wants one. And we'll take some pictures outside. See you guys later.
Thanks for that.